Oh, well, guess what just happened, guys? Real Madrid tied against Atletico Madrid in the Madrid derby 1-1 in El Bernabeu. And are leaving, they are leaving Football Club Barcelona, La Liga on the plate. Tomorrow, Xavi's team is going to be playing Almeria. An easy side, of course, we still need to win that game. But if we do win that game, the distance between Real Madrid and Football Club Barcelona is gonna be a staggering 10 points, guys. 10 points. We are a little bit ahead of the middle of La Liga. Therefore, I think this could be the ultimate distance. 10 points, guys. 10 points. And today, guys, I also want to talk a little bit about this refereeing decisions, of Real Madrid, and maybe even do a little Q&A at the end, because a lot of things, guys, especially this Negreira, the scandal, that they talk about, that Barcelona paid some ex-referee, etc. But yeah. That's why I want to talk about a little bit of this refereeing stuff, because there is a little bit of a scandal. By the way, Khalid, legend, cheers to you, because 17 months being a member of this channel is insane. So very good game from Atletico Madrid, who in fact got a red card, a little unjust red card. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna see some images about it. But in fact, they got ahead after the red card, and Real Madrid got the equalizer a few minutes later. I think a little bit lucky, because Atletico Madrid was literally not defending the player that Real Madrid scored. But anyways, it's still good news for Football Club Barcelona. But of course, this game had a lot of polemics, guys. A lot of polemics that I want to talk about. First of all, the red card, guys. This red card, I cannot show the videos, of course, but I can show the images here. Correa actually kind of like swifted his arm just to push Rudiger out from him, because Rudiger was literally catching him, like grabbing him, and Correa just swifted his arm like this. Rudiger fell down on the floor and acted like if he was shot 10 times on his chest. Obviously, it was a bit dramatic. He was exaggerating. I was just hearing some radio show, and they were saying, well, Rudiger did this many times in the Premier League. He did this many times. And you know what? Of course, the referee today, Mr. Gil Manzano, a very well-known referee for Football Club Barcelona, and especially for Real Madrid. We know he's a Real Madrid fanatic. Decided to show a straight red card to Correa. While let me tell you, Mr. Gil Manzano wasn't even watching, because it's impressive. He wasn't even watching. You can see it in the replay. He's not even watching. So probably he got told by another referee that's probably way further down, way far away, that Correa elbowed apparently Rudiger. But of course there are more polemics. If we go on and on, there was this polemic that I want to show you here. It's a handball by Valverde. It's a handball that, if we looked at the video, it touches his foot and then it bounces off to his hand, as we can see. It should have been a penalty, certainly. It should have been a penalty for Atletico Madrid, and as the text says, in the Atleti area, it would be a penalty in favor of Real Madrid for sure. I mean, if Valverde was Atletico Madrid player, it would have been a penalty for Real Madrid at 100 million%. And you guys know it, everybody knows it, and we all know it. And you know, Real Madrid and all these people that are accusing Barcelona of paying the referees when there's literally no proof right now. It's just rumors, speculations. Well, what are they gonna say about this? What can they say about this? But there is more. There was even a penalty in the last minutes, a push from Rudiger or Morata in the last minutes inside the box. It could have been very well a penalty. And if we could keep on going, guys, because there is more, there is even more. You can see Nacho here literally stepping on the back heel of Correa. In fact, Correa, the guy who got sent off minutes later. It's funny because many of these things happen, and even with Gil Manzano there, Real Madrid couldn't win the game, and you can literally see Gil Manzano's face, how happy he was when Real Madrid, his team, didn't win. Look how happy he is. He looks very happy, cheering. He's gonna celebrate tonight because his team didn't win, even though he did everything possible for them to win. Maybe he was expecting to do this at the end of the game. Thank God he wasn't able to do it. So it's publicly known that Real Madrid gets favorable decisions. Even Simeone on the VAR today, he said sometimes it comes in favor, sometimes against. But whenever we come here, meaning we come to El Bernabeu, it turns against us. It turns against us. So it is pretty clear, guys. But still, Barcelona is leading La Liga with 59 points, Real Madrid with 52. And if we win tomorrow the 3 points, we're gonna have a gap of 10 points. 10 points, which puts us in a very, very good spot to win La Liga, guys. And certainly, I think that we will. I really think that we will. Looking at how Real Madrid is in this shape, Real Madrid can compete in their competition, the competition they like the most, the Champions League, because maybe the ones who pay the referees, it's them. There, maybe, and I wouldn't be surprised at all. If we look at the next games, of course, Barcelona playing against Almeria tomorrow, 6:30 away. We might watch it together. Who knows? I might do a little watch along. I'm not sure about it yet, but make sure to subscribe, smash the like button, and then big game, guys. Copa del Rey semi-final, the first leg in El Bernabeu. We know how well El Bernabeu goes for us, except the first La Liga game of this season, but we did win 4-0 last game that we visited, the one before La Liga. So it's a big game, guys. It's a big game, but of course we need to capitalize on this slip up from Real Madrid first. And if we look at Real Madrid's situation, they are going to be playing against Betis next, even though it's not showed. Here you can see it. I don't understand why Google isn't really showing it. But whatever, guys. So it looks good. And Barcelona against Almeria. I was thinking maybe I'll do a little match preview before we do Q&A. Please, guys, start dropping your questions so we can do the Q&A, and we will enjoy together what we have to say about all of this. But so this would be the lineup for me, guys. If you guys can check it, then I'd say Ter Stegen, Balde, Christensen, Eric Garcia, Koundé in defense. Let's remind ourselves that Araujo has a cold and is traveling to Almeria, but is probably not going to be playing because, of course, if he has a cold, let's keep the player in the bench. And I don't even understand why he went over there. If he has a cold, I have a cold right now, and I wouldn't want to go traveling, etc., etc. But Frenkie de Jong, Busquets, and Gavi. You know what? Maybe I'd add Kessié. Maybe I would add Kessié there instead of Gavi or instead of Frenkie, just to be safe. I don't want to go to Real Madrid to Madrid without Frenkie or Gavi. Okay, and I would want to keep them, but Almeria, we still need to capitalize on this team. And then Ferran Torres, Lewandowski, and Rafinha there on top. I think this would be fair for Football Club Barcelona. For Ferran Torres, I think Ferran Torres is improving slowly. Ferran Torres, there's a lot of things to talk about Ferran Torres, but he is a good player. The problem is confidence. You need this player to be mentally prepared, to be mentally strong, and certainly in Barcelona it's not easy. We know what happened to players like Coutinho, for example, even Andre Gomez, who was a quality player but then came to Barcelona and he was not good because he didn't have any confidence. And Ferran Torres, I'm afraid he is a player that is losing confidence, but we need to support him. Lewandowski, of course, tremendous player, and Rafinha, a player, you know, that at the beginning of the season I criticized a little bit, but he certainly changed a lot. Of course, it could be adaptation. It could also be the fact that Xavi has been helping him, or both things, right? So I'm really happy with the change that Rafinha has been doing, and I'm trusting the player much more. So having said this, guys, let's do the little Q&A. Let me put the comments here on the screen so you guys can see them as well, and let's begin with the questions and answers, guys. So let me see, do I see some questions? Yes, I do see some questions. Teophilus says, Alex, do well to read our comments and show recognition. Yes. Farai says, when is Pablo Torre going to play? You know, it's a good question. I assume that that Pablo Torre isn't doing too well in the training sessions, because I would have said that he needs more chances. Certainly, but there is something that we don't know, probably. Therefore, you know, I think Xavi is a fair guy. I think Xavi understands how to treat players and how to give players chances and how to keep them motivated. But there must be something that we don't know about Pablo Torre, because I don't understand why he's not getting playtime. Jesse Snyder says, is Koundé ever gonna get a rest? The minutes are starting to show. He was poor against Man United. Well, you know, Koundé is a critical player. Koundé right now, it's either Koundé or Sergio Roberto there on the right back position, or Araujo. I think Araujo should be playing in the center back position, and Sergio Roberto should be benched. But you know, I think Sergio Roberto also is kind of a hybrid player. He can play here, he can play there, he can play in many positions, not at an incredible level, a very mediocre level, but sometimes it's useful to have a player like this, right? Let's see, what else do we have? Rian Pratama says, why Xavi always loves Sergio Roberto, dude? He always back pass all the time and stop the movement of the ball. I have so much questions for Xavi. Well, I must disagree with you, Ryan Pratama, because I know Sergio Roberto did a few back passes a few games ago, but the last games that he has played, I think the last 1 or 2 games, I think he's improved that, okay? He's certainly improved that, and sometimes you see a back pass because he didn't see the player making the run on top, and we criticize them here because we see it on TV and we see everything, but on the field is very different, right? But as I said before, guys, I think he's a very versatile player, not giving incredible level, but giving okay level, and sometimes is what you need. And Sergio Roberto is a very experienced player, that's what I would say. Barry Klenk says, Barça to win 3-0 tomorrow, I predict Lewandowski hat-trick. And Barry, you are very optimistic, I'm with you. Abbas Sheriff says, is Ansu the second Dembele based on injuries? He's an injury pro like Dembele. Well, I'm kind of having the same vibes as you are having. Not as Dembele, because, you know, Dembele has nothing to do with Ansu Fati. Dembele was lost, you know. I think Ansu Fati is more mature in that sense, and is being a little bit unlucky, and certainly the confidence is hurting Dembele. Farai says, we need to play well in Champions League to compensate the assets sold out. Well, I know, but guys, we were unlucky in the Champions League. I said it in my last video. Champions League, Europa League, we were unlucky, certainly. Getting in the group stages with Bayern de Munich, with Inter de Milan at the start of the season, you know, Xavi still brewing, engine still starting, and it was very difficult for us, you know. We were unlucky at that sense, and then in the Europa League you get the hardest team, you know, in the tie. So, you know, I think we competed quite well, and unfortunately we couldn't get through, and that's a problem. But it's also unlucky, you know. Look at Real Madrid; they get lucky all the time, but they also look for the luck, you know. How can you look for the luck in the draw? Maybe paying UEFA, man, no, it's not gonna happen. But you know, Real Madrid, they probably do. Yeah, both legs has been great all year, but he wasn't good. I don't understand, Jesse. Okay, Mabin says, your opinion on Marcus Thuram. I think Marcus Thuram is a powerful player. I think that it will do well in Barcelona, because I see him being able to learn and he has this interesting blood in him that I don't know why. I see Marcus Thuram as a good addition to the team, so if we can get him for a good amount of money, then it would be amazing. Okay, let's see. Football Club Barcelona, fake account. So he's, do you think that Pedri and Dembele can play against Real Madrid? No, none of them are going to be playing against Real Madrid. Henry Mar says, Alex, are you concerned about our finances next year? No more money from Euro. We must cut some player salaries. Thoughts? Well, certainly Barcelona expected to have, I think it was arriving to the round of 16 of the Champions League. We didn't do that. You know, we were expecting that in our budgets. We didn't do that, and it's a problem. It's a problem. It's a problem that I'm sure that Laporta is going to be able to fix, but it's a problem for possible arrivals next summer. That's certainly a problem. We'll have to figure a way out to compensate that money that we're not winning after we got kicked out of the Europa League in an early stage. Teophilus says, I'm still hurting for losing to this annoying team Man United, but we have a huge opportunity to extend the lead on top of La Liga, the league global champions. Yes. Do we need Messi back in squad, says G-Team? Who doesn't need Messi? Who doesn't want Messi? Messi is a critical player for any team. For any team. I want Messi back, of course. Is Messi going to be back? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not. What do you think about the European defeats? Are they destroying our European history? Not at all, man. Not at all. Few bad European years. Not at all. Of course, it is true that that we have been getting humiliated many years, but Barcelona will bounce back in the Champions League for sure. And you know, all of these years will remain in history, but will eventually be forgotten at some point. Armando Martinez, bro, I saw a video of all of Madrid's fouls in finals in the UEFA Champions League. It's sad how they get away with it. I mean, I think everybody in Europe knows what Real Madrid is doing and how they get these favorable calls all the time. So, you know, it's public knowledge. It's out there. It's out there. So they can show up the museum with 1 million trophies, but at the end of the day, it's all goals offside. It's all like fouls that they weren't called. It's disallowed goals for the adversaries. You know, let them live their own dream and whatever. I don't care. I focus on my team, and certainly we are destroying them face to face. You know, if we look at the results face to face, Barcelona versus Real Madrid, they always, when they win, it's always like 1-0, 2-1 or 2-0 maximum. When we win, it's like 3-0, 6-2, 4-1, 5-1. We humiliate these guys all the time, over and over. Henry Mar says, I believe we need to be more patient with Ansu. Remember, he was injured for 2 years. We want him at the highest level in the world. It's hard. Let's be patient. I agree with you. So guys, thank you everybody for joining. Make sure to smash the like button. I wish I could be reading your questions, but we've been 18 minutes on this live stream, and I think we should be cutting it out now. Thank you everybody. Smash the like button. Remember, we have a good chance to pocket La Liga as Real Madrid slipped up, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. Visca Barça, Visca Catalunya, and see you in the next video. Vamos!